By now, we can all agree that the greatest and brightest of the Total War community are the hard-working and passionate modders. Especially with everything happening with regards to the Warhammer 3 Shadows of Change DLC, it's so important to remember and be grateful for the efforts of Total War modders who add content where CA does not and fix issues with their games that CA refuses to fix. Today though, I want to talk about a particular group of modders who are pushing the boundaries of what it means to play a Total War campaign. The RTR Imperium Surrectum modders, in a new update releasing in a few months, are rewriting all the rulebooks when it comes to what a Total War campaign looks like, with a new stunning campaign map of over 1,700 regions. Just let that sink in for a moment. From the early tribes of Britannia to the eastern steppes, this is a map filled with endless possibilities, cultures, factions, and replayable campaigns, the likes of which we've never seen before. Now, I just want to give a special shout out to an awesome Total War creator. He's a great guy called Red Zed. All the footage you see here is courtesy of his great work, so thank you for that. But he's also covering tons of Total War, including the new Imperium Surrectum updates, in a series of videos called RIS Weekends. So if you like what you see here today and you want to find out more about this next update, go and check out Red Zed and give him a subscribe. His videos range from in-depth analysis to dev interviews, and don't forget to subscribe to his channel for more. He absolutely deserves it. Now, the last time I covered Imperium Surrectum, they had just begun using a new expanded map with lots of new regions. They had upgraded some of the graphic textures and models on the map as well, and focused many of the faction polishing to the Greek city-states. But the truth is, this is only the beginning of pushing the boundaries of Total War. Since Feral Interactive remastered Rome and unlocked all the modding capabilities here, we don't know how far this can go. We don't know how many regions can be added before breaking the game, how many more factions and cultures and units. It honestly could go on and on. Just to put this into perspective, the campaign map coming to Imperium Surrectum in a few months is akin to the Paradox game Imperator Rome. Not all of the regions will be filled out, of course. There's going to be plenty of rebel regions here, but with hundreds and thousands of new regions, unique cultures, building trees, religions, historically accurate landmarks and wonders, new economy and diplomacy mechanics, you name it, all on this extensive filled out map where you can wage grand scale war and play out the tactical battles that we love. To a certain degree, Total War has always been about painting the map, and if you don't like that, you start getting power creep and begin losing interest after 100 or 150 turns. That's what naturally happens. What's amazing here though is that this new style of Total War favors regional conflict. You've got the Seleucids with their vast empire stretching from the Mauryans in the east all the way to central Anatolia, multi-front wars especially with Egypt, and exploitable vulnerabilities. You've got the Greek world with their many beautiful city-states all at each other's throats, and you've got tons of other little pockets of potential conflict. Rome versus Carthage, the many Greek colonies of the Black Sea, southern Gaul, and even western Iberia. The point is, all of these unique areas are ripe for incredible regional conflict, and because each playable faction has a different style of start position, there is an immense amount of replayability. Not only that, but with the sheer number of unique AI factions around you, you're going to have a hell of an early game that is interesting and extremely challenging. This focus on smaller regional conflicts in early game Total War is not something that we've seen properly fleshed out before. Usually what happens is early game campaigns are extremely easy, but here every decision will make an impact, and in a place like Greece, you could easily spend at least 100 turns trying to establish a large kingdom before expanding into other regions of the world. I've always wanted to play a proper Paradox style campaign map with Total War battles, and I think this is the closest thing we have to that right now. There's still plenty of work to be done, of course, to flesh out and add flavor to areas that are still mostly rebel owned, but in time all of that will come and more. What the team are doing right now is the beginnings of that, adding all the foundations needed to build from, to add new content, and so far things look absolutely brilliant. The other thing that just blows my mind, guys, is when Rome Remastered first came out, sure, we had this nicer looking campaign map, but what the team have been working on especially is to just make the game as beautiful as possible to look at. Textures across the board have been updated from water to trees to mountains and various different types of terrain. All the models have been given a visual overhaul as well, so they look way nicer, and this has had a massive impact on the graphics in the game. Honestly, this is a brand new Rome Remastered if you ask me. This is way better than how the remaster launched, and this alone is just an insanely impressive piece of work. The same can be said, of course, for the battles and the units as well, where the next update will be adding dozens and dozens of new units across loads of factions. We can see here that as part of the update, we'll have access to 4 new playable factions at least, as far as we know, with the Nabateans, the Saba, Kush, and the Mauryan Empire, and it has to be said, all of these new units look absolutely stunning. A huge amount of research has gone into making these rosters look historically authentic and as accurate as possible. The armor, the weapon models, the faces, and the shields all look miles ahead of vanilla, and just again add a huge layer of player immersion to the game that is superior to original Rome Remastered. It has to be said though, one of my favorite things about Imperium Surrectum and this mod team is if you go on their official Discord, you'll see they do extensive, detailed developer diaries of all the new features and factions being added into the next update. And it's here that you get to see the amazing historical context to the factions, even down to how much effort and thought went into the faction emblem, which is just really, really cool stuff. For me, the Imperium Surrectum team are the perfect embodiment of what great modding looks like, doing the game a proper justice when it comes to adding exciting content and arguably elevating vanilla design, and doing the fans justice by being honest, authentic, and passionate about their work. It's just amazing to see. Finally, I think this is crazy to say because there's already so much here to enjoy and appreciate, but this is just scratching the surface of what this new update will have. We still have months to go before the official release, and every week there will be loads of new developer diaries detailing more of the unique factions being added in, their fleshed out rosters. They will all be coming with new mechanics, more polish. There's just so much more to come, guys. Total War modding is honestly hitting its peak right now, with mods like Dawnless Days working on a completely new campaign map for Attila, Pike and Shot for Shogun 2, the insane Sardam's 1448 mod for Medieval 2, the incredible expansions being done to Warhammer 3, and especially with Imperium Surrectum and all they're doing to make Rome Remastered truly something unique in the series. Creative Assembly might be raising their prices for less content in their DLCs, but modders continue to add more and more content, all for free. They are truly the heroes of our community. And that's it for today, guys. I've dropped a link below to Red Zed and his YouTube channel, so if you want to get more in-depth content about all the new updates coming to Imperium Surrectum, definitely check him out and give him a sub. He absolutely deserves it. And I've also dropped a link to the official Imperium Surrectum Discord, where you can keep an eye on the latest developer diaries. They're really detailed and add so much lovely context to all the new features coming to Update 0.6. I'll be covering more Imperium Surrectum news on this channel as well, so if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and make sure to subscribe to get notified of more videos just like this. And let me know what you think of Imperium Surrectum and all the incredible work they're doing on Rome Remastered in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.